Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, in generality, mutlaqan, He says, مَنْ عَادَنِي وَلِيًّا فَقَدْ آذَنْتُهُ بِالْحَرْبِ. Whoever has animosity, whoever expresses hatred or hostility or shows hostility against any wali of mine, then I shall wage war against you. And this could be that Allah takes away his iman at the time of death. So this is really a wa'id. This is a warning for those people who disrespect the awliyah, rahimahumullah ta'ala ajma'in. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues on to say, وَمَا تَقَرَّبَ إِلَيَّ عَبْدِي بِشَيْءٍ أَحَبَّ إِلَيَّ مِمَّا افْتَرَضْتُهُ عَلَيْهِ. That my slave, he acquires closeness to me. He draws near to me with nothing more beloved to me than that which I have obliged upon him. So by means of acting upon that which Allah has ordered, by fulfilling our obligations, this is the best way and the most beloved way to get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah carries on to say, and this is where we find the definition of a mahbub wali. He says, وَمَا يَزَالُ عَبْدِي يَتَقَرَّبُ إِلَيَّ بِالنَّوَافِلِ حَتَّى أُحِبَّهُ. That my slave then continues to draw near me by means of voluntary worship, to the extent that he becomes my beloved. I begin to love him. So a person then, after fulfilling his obligations, he begins to perform voluntary worship to the extent that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes him a beloved. فَإِذَا أَحْبَبْتُهُ. And when I begin to love him, what happens? كُنْتُ سَمْعَهُ الَّذِي يَسْمَعُ بِهِ. I become his sense of hearing with which he hears. وَبَصْرَهُ الَّذِي يُبْصِرُ بِهِ. I become his sense of sight with which he sees. وَيَدَهُ الَّتِي يَبْتَشُ بِهَا. I become his hand with which he grips. وَرِجْلَهُ الَّتِي يَمْشِي بِهَا. I become his leg with which he walks. وَإِنْ سَأَلَنِي. And if he asks me for anything, لَأُعْطِيَنَّهُ. I grant him whatever he asks for. I grant him whatever he requests. وَلَئِنْ إِسْتَعَاذَنِي. And if he seeks refuge in me, لَأُعِيذَنَّهُ. I'll give him refuge. So a person must reflect upon this, that the awliya, they see with the khas ata of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They see what you do not see. They hear what you do not hear. This is why when going to meet a wali, one must purify his heart by doing tawbah. One must control his eyes. One must control his ears. Protect these things from sin, so that when going to this wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your heart is clean, your heart is pure, and the wali is pleased and he makes dua for you. وَمَا يَزَالُ عَبْدِي يَتَقَرَّبُ إِلَيَّ بِالنَّوَافِلِ حَتَّى أُحِبَّهُ. This is the definition of a mahbub wali. Now there's something to take into account here, and that is that there are two ways of acquiring closeness to Allah. One is qurb bin nawafil, acquiring closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by means of voluntary worship. And the other, which is more important, is qurb bin fara'id, acquiring closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by means of our obligations. And this is something which we are forgetting. We remember to chant the tasbih. We remember to recite Ayatul Kursi and blow it on our family members. We remember to attend the gatherings of Dawat-e-Islami. Many of us remember to apply the imamah within our heads. We remember to wrap the chadar around our bodies. But how many of us fulfill our obligations? How many of us read our 5 daily prayers with consistency? This is something to reflect upon. How many of us read our Fajr Salah with consistency? Do we wake up every morning? Or do we read for 1-2 days and then again after 3-4 days we begin to read? Even missing one prayer intentionally, that person is considered a benamazi. This is something that we should reflect upon. How many of us pay zakah in its full amount without any reductions and on time? How many of us perform hajj when it's an obligation upon us? How many of us control ourselves from hurting other believers? Al-Muslimu man salim al-Muslimuna min lisanihi wa yadihi. A believer is he from whose hand and tongue the believers are safe. But what do? We harm the believers. We backbite them. We slander them. We cheat them. We lie to them. We swear at them. We write against them. We type against them. We beat them. This is our condition. We want to be like the Sahaba alayhim ridwan. We speak about how great they were when they did the hijrah, etc. Al-muhajiru man hajara ma nahallahu anhu. A muhajir is he who leaves that which Allah has forbidden for him. What is our condition? We cannot even control our eyes from sin. Not only our youth, but even our elders in the town centers or out even on the roads, universities, school, colleges, gazing at non-mahram women, gazing at strange women, gazing at women unlawfully. Those eyes with which they could have looked at the Al-Quran al-Kareem, those eyes with which they could have looked at their parents, those eyes with which they could have looked at the ulama, the Ahlul Sunnati wal Jama'ah, and attained the reward of worship, those eyes with which they could have done great ibadah, they have now used in the disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then what happens? When one door of immodesty breaks, then all the others break. It begins to walk towards this individual. Those legs with which you could have attended the masajid, those legs with which you could have attended the ijtima'at of Dawat Islami, those legs with which you could have performed Umrah, those legs with which you could have performed Hajj, those legs with which you could have done Tawaf of the Kaaba, those legs with which you could have gone towards Madinatul Munawwara, those legs with which you could have served his parents, those legs with which you could have served the ulama, he is now used in the disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then they begin to converse. That tongue with which you could have recited durood, that tongue with which you could have recited awrad and wada'if, that tongue with which you could have sent salam upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that tongue with which you could have said a gentle word to his parents, he is now used in the disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then we complain, why is there no barakah in our time? Why is there no barakah within our lives? Why is there no barakah in our sustenance? Why are there no blessings within our lives? The reality is because we are disobedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then we go to this Peer Sahib and that Peer Sahib, collect this Taweez, collect that Taweez. Sometimes we see that there's no outcome and we begin to blame the Taweez and the Peer Sahib. The reality is that the fault is with us. If we are not fulfilling our obligations, it is up to Allah whether He makes the Ta'weez work. It is up to Allah whether that advice of the Peer Sahib works. It is not up to the Ta'weez. It is not up to the Peer Sahib. It is up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is something which we are lacking. This is something which we are forgetting. We are forgetting our obligations. The day we begin to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the way He should rightfully be worshipped is the day that we will see barakah in our sustenance. Is the day that we will see barakah in our lives. Is the day that we will see barakah in our families. We complain that our relatives are not loyal to us. They cheat us, they're backbiters. How can you expect loyalty from creation if we ourselves are not loyal to the Creator? Never expect loyalty from the creation if you are not loyal to the Creator. My respected